Okay, guys, let's continue today our lecture. Yesterday we have discussed about that what was the ML and why it is used and how it will be used. Today we will deeply discuss about why economists need machine learning. Okay, first is for price forecasting. Yeah, okay, there exist eight sections. Okay, let me briefly say, then one by one we will dig deeper. Okay, generally it's the for price forecasting, then price generating, market basket optimization, customer segmentation, recommendation systems, and targeting strategy, classification, and risk management. Yeah. Okay, let's start from price forecasting. Okay, actually, in general, it's the regression model we are using for price forecasting. It can be in this example, in order to simplify, the only one linear regression has been given. As we know, there exists linear regression and the multiple linear regression. There are two main type of regression. Yeah, linear regression when we have only one independent variable and one dependent variable. Yeah, in our case, our price depend on how many mile car has passed. Okay, as we know in our if car has passed the lower distance, for example, distance is 0 from factory. If we get, the price will be higher. After some time, depending on the mile passage, the price will decrease. Yeah, by using machine learning, we can generate this kind of models, and we can simplify, and we can clearly predict the price of cars, which has been only given the miles have been passed. Okay, here one more example for price prediction. It's the size of apartment and the price. Yeah, here also only one part is given, because in multiple linear regression it's hard to identify, hard to determine. Other complex things are used, and it's only introduction lecture. That's why I'm not giving those kind of complex example. Here, if we can see that if the size of our flat is increased, it's there by 10. Yeah, for example, 10 square meter, and the price of house also increasing. It's just how I can say, it's simulated data. Okay, and the more thing we know that it's the stock exchange forecasting. For example, in the world, we know that kind of we have very big stocks, yeah, stock markets like Nasdaq, NIPI, and all the Nikkei, other stocks we have. Actually, the liquidity are a little bit high, depending on the other factors, depending on the climate, depending on political season, and depending on other external factors. As we know nowadays, that due to coronavirus, all of the price of stocks in the world is dropping 10-20%. And okay, how machine learning can be used nowadays? We know that artificial intelligence bots are generating. Yeah, computers are much better than us to memorize something, to identify trends, to analyze, to identify drawbacks. As we have seen, actually, every stock, it will increase at the same time, and after some time it will decrease. There is nothing kind of stably increasing or stably decreasing. That's why even, yeah, the slope is increasing time by times, but there exists some kind of milestones that it will decrease, and after that it will increase again. Like if our machine learning model will train well, where it will be increased, whenever it will decrease by 80-90%, we will be winner. Yeah, we will not lose much of our resources. Of course, it's impossible to determine, to predict 100%. It's impossible, but anyway, it will decrease our risks. Okay, then third part is market basket optimization. Actually, market basket optimization is it's there. Here we are using a priori eclact algorithm, Here it is a very simple kind of thing. For example, in a market we are going, and there exists among entire thing in which term one product can be purchased, or two things can be purchased at the same time. Okay, for example, we are going to market regularly, and we are trying to identify which items will be purchased more. Will be purchased more. For example, most regularly, supermarkets should identify. For example, if the supermarket management will know that certain type of product is frequently purchased, or certain types of products frequently purchased together, it will give them to make some kind of baskets for their future, and they can optimize their stores accordingly, and a lot of things they can do. Okay, and how I can say, in the long term it will give very good strategic advantage for the company. For example, in supermarket, Head and Shoulders shampoo may be purchased very much, but one type of soap, hand wash soap, is not purchased at all. How to avoid from this situation? Okay, we know that Head and Shoulders will be purchased very much, but other soap will not purchased. For example, Head and Shoulders may cost 1000 tenge, but that soap is wholesale prices 50 tenge. Actually, our margin from Head and Shoulders maybe 200 tenge, but if that soap will stay in our market, it will at least take our space from our warehouse, and it will time by time it will increase our expenses. Then what kind of strategy we can do? We can just combine them, and we can give it as a for free. Yeah, and most of the baskets are made will be made depending on this kind of conditions. It should be analyzed very well. Of course, in the supermarkets, as we know, in our city, Magnum, there are more than 10,000 of different types of product exist. Calculating by hand, it's very difficult. Every day they have more than they may make more than 10,000 or 20,000 transactions, and how to analyze, what have been purchased, what have purchased frequently, it's hard to do. If everything will be stored in one database, and it can be manipulated, it can be managed well, from here we can gain very productive information. Actually, America's biggest store chain, Walmart, uses these algorithms. Walmart optimizes, and so on. They are optimizing their sales. Okay, recommendation systems. Actually, yeah. For example, if we go to YouTube, YouTube recommends us the video which we prefer, which we like. Actually, the very successful story behind Netflix, it's because they had very advanced recommendation system. Psychologists say that if you identify someone's preferences correctly, 70% they will choose it. Yeah, yes, it is. Suppose YouTube not recommends for child, if you watch cartoons, they will never recommend you kind of exam preparation course, for IELTS preparation course, or national testing preparation course. What they will recommend? They will recommend a kind of toys or something. According to the video content, recommendations also comes. Okay, yeah, recommendation system is one of the influential, more important thing in marketing, and actually it's also used machine learning algorithms. It will classify accordingly what people are preference, what their preference based on their past history. And what we have said that machine learning is the predicting the future based on the past. Yeah, whatever people has used and he may use in the future. Yeah, recommendation in your system you may find in Amazon, in Flipkart system, other e-commerce system. It's very famous. Okay, let's move on next. It's the targeting. Yeah, okay. Okay. In order to increase return of investment, we should target to our selected our how I can say to our exact audience. Yeah. For example, we would like to promote one IELTS course. Okay, we have opened new IELTS course and it's amazing. We got proper teachers, we got proper resources, we got good apartment, good office. But the most important thing for any kind of business is calling your clients, reaching your clients. Yeah. Okay. In order to that, we have two options, two types of marketing: traditional marketing and digital marketing. Nowadays, digital marketing is much more better. The return of investment is, some experts say 70%. Why I am saying these things? Because I have worked in a company and while I was studying India, and I was the project manager. We were doing very serious projects for American companies for big contract, and that's why from this digital marketing part, for this industrial part, I have quite much experience. Yeah, we should find exactly the people who will most probably purchase our services. Yeah. Okay. Use our service. Okay, that our target audience will be what? Students from 16 years old to 25 years old, who is at least have studied English, basic English. That's why, based on the schools, based on the universities, we can easily target in. Nowadays, it's mostly applied in Instagram and the Facebook for targeting. But behind this scheme, how all algorithms are working, everything on machine learning. It will classify. The classification comes here. Okay, the next part is classification. For classification, there are several examples, but fraud detection is close to me because my master dissertation was in this far part, and we are unfortunately we are suffering from this kind of thing. It can be spam detector or fraud detector. It all generally say it's called detectors. Yeah. Okay. In classification, we should specify one part of things is valid, second part is invalid, or highly probably purchased or not purchased, kind of deciding in two groups. Yeah. Okay. For fraud detection, actually, in our days, we are having the credit cards. In a credit card, in our credit card, we may not have. If someone knows our credit card details, he or she can do transaction on our behalf. Yeah. Okay. How to stop them? Here always again machine learning comes to power. Okay, there this traditional photo has been given, but in general it's mostly this one. That online transactions, I mean. Okay. Okay, someone tries to make transaction, and okay, as we know, the transactions will be done mostly from Visa and the MasterCard. It will be approved from the US, and then it will go. Yeah. Okay, how they will identify? They come predictive model. The investigators are trying to check, depending on your previous purchase. For example, you have never made the transactions for pet. You never purchased You never purchased some product for foreign country for different type of service. In that time, what the validators are doing, the security specialists programmers are doing, they are just sending their request to your bank. They are saying that, okay, please could you verify one more time that he or she is doing this transaction, and they by sending OTP or other source, they are trying to validate, and at the end transaction will be rejected. Yeah, by using this kind of algorithms, 90% of the transactions getting stopped. Okay, next usage is risk management. In finance, we know it's very very hot topic. If we can determine the risk, we can predict the risk, we will be winner. Yeah. Okay, suppose in this graph it has in this plot it has been given that one people has a good level of income, and his savings are given. Okay, he wants to get loan from the bank or wants to get investment for his some project, investors or bank. Okay, let's say investors. Yeah, they will identify. Suppose here this observer has good income, but he is saving very less. Here this observer has very less income, but he is saving very much. Okay, why he is in risky condition? Why he is in high risk? Because he does not have the ability to save. He does not have attitude for saving. It means if he cannot save for a long term, he cannot pay back. Suppose in this case, in this observer, his income is less. In spite of that, he is saving very much. But for the authorities, why he is in a high risk? In our life, some kind of force majeure may happen, but in that case, he does not have high income, and that he can compensate that difficulty, overcome the difficulty. That's why those who has average income and average saving, high income and high saving are preferable candidates. Here also classification. Here no, clustering algorithms will be used. We will cluster depending on the by their close behaviors. Recommendation system. Yeah, we have discussed. Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you for your attention. I'm happy to explain why machine learning is used, what kind of application it has. Whatever I have said, it is the little top of iceberg. A lot of things can be done, and I wish you good journey for this machine learning course.